Welcome back to Pre-Algebra Chapter 3, Section 1 in this book. So what we've been learning is how to solve an equation. So it's the heart of algebra. And how you do it is by doing the opposite. So what do I mean by that? Well, if there's an equation, you make sure there's an x, and then you ask yourself the question, why is x not alone? And what I mean by why is x not alone is why is it not alone on its side of the equal? When we first started doing this in Chapter 2, there was only one reason why x was not alone. And now we are going to do ones where there's two reasons why x is not alone. So we're going to start with this one. 3x plus 7 equals negative 5. Why is x not alone? Well, it's being multiplied by 3 and it has a plus 7. Where do we start? We start with the one that is further away from x and then do the one that's closer. And this one's closer because it's sitting right next to it. So we're going to start with that one. So what is the opposite of plus 7? Minus 7. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. These cancel out. We don't want to do 7 by 7 is 0 because then there's a 0 and x isn't alone anymore. Next, I'm going to bring down what I didn't mess with. And I didn't mess with the 3x or the equal sign. And now I do this math. Negative 5 minus 7 is negative 12. I don't draw a line here because lines mean divide and we don't want to confuse ourselves with a line. Just do the math. Okay? Now we ask ourselves again, why is x not alone? It's being multiplied by a 3. If a letter is sitting next to a number in algebra, that means they're being multiplied. So what's the opposite of multiplying by 3? Dividing by 3. And what I do to one side, I do to the other. See how the line, the bar means divide, the fraction bar means divide. Now I have a 3 in the numerator and denominator, so those cancel out. And I bring down what I didn't mess with, x equals, and negative 12 divided by 3 is negative 4. Put a box around my answer. Yay! Okay, let's try this one. It's a little trickier. Why is x not alone? Let's draw a line so you can see that we're on a new problem. Well, it's being divided by 2 and minused by 3. We're going to work with what's further away to what's closer. The minus 3 is further away. The 2 is closer. It's sitting right there underneath. So the opposite of minus 3 is plus 3. What I do to one side, I do to the other. These cancel out. And now I bring down what I didn't mess with. X divided by 2 and the equal sign. 1 plus 3 is 4. Now why is x not alone? It's being divided by 2. What's the opposite? Multiply by 2. What I do to one side, I do to the other. This is like a 2 in the numerator and that's a 2 in the denominator. They cancel out. Bring down what you didn't mess with. 4 times 2 is 8. Draw a box around it. Okay, let's do this one. This time we have a y instead of an x, so that's more fun to say. Why is y not alone? So, well, it's got this positive 7 and it's being multiplied by a negative 4. The 7 is further away, so we're going to start with the 7. Now this is really important. That negative sign goes with the 4, not the 7. If the 7 was negative, it would be in front of it. A negative behind goes with the 4. So this is a positive 7. It's like a plus 7. What's the opposite of plus 7? Minus 7. What I do to one side, I do to the other. These cancel out. I bring down what I didn't mess with, including that negative sign. 19 minus 7 is 12. Why is y not alone? Yay, we got to say it again. Because it's being multiplied by a negative 4. What is the opposite of multiplying by negative 4? Dividing by negative 4. What I do to one side, I do to the other. These cancel out. I bring down what I didn't mess with. Y equals 12 divided by -4 is -3. Ta-da! This isn't so bad, is it? Here's one with big numbers. 495 equals 150 plus 3x. Can we do it? Yes, we can, like Bob the Builder. All right. So y is x not alone. It's got a plus 150 on a times 3. We start with what's further away and then move to what's closer to x. So what's further away is this positive 150. What's the opposite? Minus 150. What we do to one side, we do to the other. These cancel out. We bring down what we didn't mess with. 495 minus 150. Well, 5 minus 0 is 5. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. Why is x not alone? It's being multiplied by 3. What's the opposite of multiplying by 3? Divide by 3. What I do to one side, I do to the other. Because in math, you're allowed to do anything you want as long as you do it to both sides of the equals. These cancel out. We bring down what we didn't mess with. 345 divided by 3. I would probably do that on the calculator, but I know it's 115. All right? Not terrible, right? If you can do this, you're doing great. I used to teach honors juniors and seniors, and they just couldn't solve for x. So if you can do this, yay, you're doing great. I'm so proud of you. All right, so that's 3-1, come back for 3-2. Math is great.